In this video, I'm going to be drawing Porsha, and she's a cool character in the movie Sing 2, but I loved when she rocked in with all her shopping bags. So I'm going to combine these legs with this to create a finished drawing. I've got a line drawing that I created on my computer. What I'm going to do is looking at some common shapes that I can see. So I'm going to start with an oval shape for her head. If we look at that head measurement there, you can see that her head is just smaller than her body. So if I've got my head that way and I've got the body there, I reckon that's about right. So this is what I like to do, is guidelines, and this will make you a better drawer, guaranteed, because if you measure and you work out angles and you work out proportions, your pictures are going to look correct. Now at the moment it just looks like a stick figure, doesn't it? This is how I would recommend starting out your drawings. Now let's have a look at the width of her head. If we look at the width of her head, and remember I traced this off on the computer, so it is accurate. It's a smaller version of what I've got over there. If we look at her head and the width of her shoulders, they're roughly the same. So the head and the shoulders need to be the same. So when we draw this on, I'm going to start by lightly sketching her arm. So bringing her arm up, and that's a little wrist around there. Now if you've seen the movie Sing 2, what a great movie. So many cool characters and so many stories intertwined into one big one. And Porsha changes. I just love her growth as a person in the video, how she goes from being a spoilt brat to actually being an awesome member of the team, and it's not all about her, which is fantastic. And she stands up to her dad and helps out all her new friends. I've got my picture next to me just so you can see what I am copying from, because art is about looking. Now I'm not making these characters up. If I was making these characters up, I might use some reference pictures to help certain things, but because I'm copying her, and that hand looks a little bit funny at the moment, I'll probably fix that up later with the Sharpie or Copic multi-liner or whatever I'm going to use to outline it with. She loves to shop, so we've got a bag here with an M on it. Remember in the movies they're not allowed to use real brands, but they look, you kind of sort of see that they look similar to some of the brands out. She's got this part here with a bag that comes around like so on her arm, comes up. Drawing in pencil first helps get all the proportions and helps you with your drawing. Now over here, because she's got a thinner waist, I've sort of branched it out like so, and then this is her other arm. And her jacket, she's wearing a jacket, so that's the first part of the jacket. This is the other side of the jacket, and that's her collar. She's got a nice tall collar with some cool patterns on her sleeve. This actually is a stripe that comes across here like so, and then this is like a gold top that looks pretty cool. And then she's got her pants coming down to about there. Comes down a fair bit, comes in, hits up here, and it hangs over her arm, and she's got her like cool juice, just drawing the basic shape of her juice with her straw coming out. As I said, I'll put in all the details later on. Her fingers, and she has some little claws on the end. You can see her claws have a pretty similar sort of size. I may need to make these fingers a little bit bigger just to match the size of that. You don't want smaller fingers on one side and bigger ones on the other side. Is this exactly spot on? It wouldn't be exactly the same as the photo, but I'm doing my best and I'm trying and I'm looking. It's still looking pretty good. It's all the details that you put on that make a huge difference later on as well. But there's no point putting details on until you've actually got the actual shape looking good and the right size. Yeah, if you start shading and adding details, especially as you go along, sometimes you can run off the page. I bet you that's happened to you guys before. It's happened to me numerous times when I was starting to draw, but now I've learned that you definitely want to plan out your pictures. So drawing Porsha's face now is the big part. I'm going to start by looking to see where her nose is, and it's directly above this part here, and it's fairly well up the top, so it's a shape like this. And then her nose comes down into her mouth, which is slightly open, just ever so slightly. And then it comes back to her face. Now she's wearing some cool glasses, so I've got to put the glasses on, which come around like so. They're almost like aviator glasses. I've got an orangey tinge to them, so I'm getting the shape of the glasses looking good. Then I'm going to get her eyes in there. She's a funny character, Porsha. A couple of circles there, and then she's looking. Make her look at us a bit more than what she was. Now she's got one lot of lighter coloured fur in this picture, so I'm just going to do that. And then her hair comes in like that, just to show a bit of hair there. And then she's got a second bit of hair coming out like that, and then obviously her ears. Now how big are her ears compared to her head? Let's have a look. So they're not quite the same height, so I'd probably bring her ears up to roughly there. Okay, so the first one's in line with the nose here, back here with the eye, and she's got her ear like so, and then she's got another ear that comes up, and these are super important. The face is super important, but I think there's Porsha head looking pretty good. I was looking at Porsha and I thought that my legs were a bit short, so I've decided to make them longer again, so you can see where they were. Now I've made them a little bit longer, and I'm a lot happier with where her legs are at the moment. And I'm just going to put on some little bumps for the pants, just to make it look a bit more like fabric and like a cool yellow pants that she's wearing, and then I can put some more shading in. Now this shoe comes this way. She's got like a little tongue there, and there's a couple of straps that come across the shoe. Then we have like a toe like this. I reckon I've drawn it a little bit wide there, so I'm going to bring that down, bring that around like so, and then it comes in and then out, because you see just part of the side of the shoe, and then around the front. And then the laces all sit between there, so they are like little crossover laces like that. And there's one of her shoes, and most of this is straight-ish. A few bumps and curves, and a few bumps and curves in like so. She's got fairly long, thin legs, so I'm bringing that up there. Bring this leg in. Now let's draw the shoe coming down, out, and then up like that. That's the front of the shoe, like this part. Then we've got some laces. Then we've got a strap coming across the tongue of the shoe, and then we've got the sole, which is pretty big shoe to make her look even taller than what she is. All right, I'm a lot more happier with the length of her legs. This one's still looking a little bit funny. I might just have to have a closer look at that one, how she's standing. And then I'm going to bring her tail. I had it out that way, but I'm actually going to bring it out this way this time. And that just comes between her pants. And then I can put some shading in. All right, I reckon she is ready to be outlined. Thanks for joining me today in drawing Porsha. I hope you picked up some tips and tricks. Remember, the more you draw, the better you're going to get, guaranteed. Patience and persistence is the key. Until next time, see you later guys. Thanks, cheers, bye.